This weekend in movies!
Get a card. We spent a lot of time making cards. We'll buy them.
That's why I didn't want to go to the card, because Amy's picture's not in it. All right, so Amy and I just got out of the movie literally 14 seconds ago.
Drove straight here.
By the way, that is the truth.
On brooms.
Huh?
Brooms.
You know, they did have a broom shot in the film.
Yeah, there was a gratuitous broom shot.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is the 8th film, the 9th film, 16th?
Eighth.
8th film. 8th and final film in the Harry Potter trilogy, whatever it's called.
Octilogy?
Yes. So, Amy, tell us about Harry Potter and the whatever it's called.
Yeah, Harry Potter and whatever it's called is the last in the long series of Warner Brothers to hold us all hostage between 18 months to 24 months with the latest Harry Potter installment. They've now hit the 8th one. They dragged it out a little bit, and it has arrived. This is the one where it cut off in the middle of Harry Potter Deathly Hallows 1, where Harry was searching for all the Horcruxes. And each Horcrux has a tiny piece of Voldemort's soul, and he wants to stab them on the heart so that when he finally kills Voldemort, if he's lucky enough to do so, he'll be dead forever. So that's where this one picks up, and then there's a massive Hogwarts battle, and then Mark shows in and saves the day.
I did.
You do.
And we do have a clip.
And by the way, this is the clip of me coming up and saving the day.
Oh, and taking your shirt off.
Yeah.
It happens.
Go to it now.
Yeah.
He knows. You know who? He knows we broke into Gringotts. He knows what we took, and he knows we're hunting Horcruxes.
How is it you know?
I saw him.
You let him in. Harry, you can't do that.
Hermione, I can't always help it. Well, maybe I can, I don't know. Never mind what happened. Well, he's angry and scared too. He knows if we find and destroy all the Horcruxes, we'll be able to kill him. I reckon he'll stop at nothing to make sure we don't find the rest. Oh, there's more. One of them's at Hogwarts.
What? You saw it?
I saw the castle and Rowena Ravenclaw. It must have something to do with her. We have to go there now.
What? We can't do that. We've got to plan. We've got to figure it out.
Hermione, when have any of our plans ever actually worked? We plan, we get there, all hell breaks loose.
How about those abs? He has grown up.
I do not. You know, it's funny. I was because Harry takes his shirt off and the redheaded kid takes his shirt off. I was wondering if Hermione would take her shirt off, and she did not.
See, you were wondering that?
That is reverse sexist.
I was wondering if they were going to take off their pants.
Yeah, weren't you though?
No, well, no. Wouldn't you?
No.
He's 21. This kid was 11 when the series started. 10 years.
There's actually a couple shots of him as the younger Harry.
Yeah. Which it only makes me aware of my own mortality.
I know. We've aged like 10 years since this thing started. Okay, so...
feels like 20.
Huh?
Feels like 20.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. The movie
Yes.
stacks up. Do you think the movie stacks up compared to... Is it a fitting finale to the Harry Potter saga?
It is a finale. It is big and there are explosions. It is... The thing with the Harry Potter series is that the films have never measured up to the books. It's impossible because you've got 900 pages of book. And you have, this was 2 hours of a movie. And if they divided it in half, but still 450, 2 hours. It's always running really thin. They miss a lot of emotional beats every single time they try to do a Potter film. They do it here. I heard reports that in the screening on Monday, a bunch of wussy critics like Devin Farace, if he's watching this, were crying. They were crying. He tweeted that he cried. He admitted it. But I didn't see any moments at the movie tonight where there was even a tear glistening. I didn't even hear people crying.
Well, I didn't hear people or see people crying, but I have to say that I liked it. You know, when they decided to break up the last film into 2 separate films, I thought that was strictly mercenary. I thought it was a total cash grab. But you know what? It wound up being justified.
They had to. I was almost wondering if they should have divided more of the films up in half. I feel like as soon as they came up with the idea of dividing the 7th into 2, they're like, we should have done that with the 6th.
Well, I feel like the ending needed the big last final battle and the big emotional goodbye. I think that the wrap up I think was a little bit too fast, but you know what? I think you got the emotional satisfaction you were hoping for. I think that the director David Yates, who's done the last couple of them, he did a terrific job. It's really well shot. There's a lot of vertiginous camera moves and big epic shots, and it's all really well done.
The visuals are amazing. I mean, like the flying Death Eaters, the giant sort of laser shield they build over Hogwarts as it cracks and crumbles. And I mean, I think it's a fantastic looking film. And even the 3D didn't make it too dark, which I was worried about because the Harry Potter series, especially the last one, it was like you were staring through 6 layers of sunglasses because they wanted to show how sad they were to be in a forest. It's a decent film. It's a perfectly good film. I think I'm just upset at Harry Potter for taking up so much of my life. And so I'm a little happy to see it end.
By the way, and so am I. Can I say something about the 3D?
Yeah, talk to me.
The weird thing about the 3D is that you spend $200 million to make your movie, and your enjoyment depends on the quality of $3 glasses. And I'm watching this movie, and there's something wrong with the glasses, so that I've got to watch it like that, because if I watch it like that, the screen's blurry.
See, I thought you told me you were just watching it like that because you were asleep.
Well, there were moments that were. Now, you know, the movie was never boring. I have to say,
never
the movie was never boring. And it's paced well. So there's a big action scene, then they slow it down. Another big action scene slows it down. You know, obviously the whole thing is in the hands of Daniel Radcliffe. He's Harry, and he's what. I liked him better when he was this sort of unknown, unformed kid actor. You know, he's grown up so much in front of our eyes. And he's so much kind of a man. I do feel like emotionally, I don't know that he's a little, I wouldn't say he's cold, but he doesn't give you a whole lot in terms of me really getting emotional about whether he lives or dies, whatever happens to him. I just don't know that he's that kind of an actor.
Well, he's British.
But
They've
he's
got that reserve.
He's
that
a very
kind of
good
look,
actor.
You know, the way they hold their lips. I mean, yeah. No, he's perfectly fine. I really wish him the best of luck in going on and forging his own career as Daniel Radcliffe. I absolutely do. I mean, when he did Equus and took his clothes off and like stabbed horses in the eyes, I thought that was a good choice
Don't
for
say
him.
that in front of Mike.
Oh, sorry.
This is a horrible. This is like a horrible animal abuse show.
He ate them afterwards.
In Equus, you know the show Equus? A bunch of horses die in Equus.
Never
Very
heard.
famous show. Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Don't wanna
You've
know.
heard of Equus.
You don't want to
Is
see
that
it.
the one where Harry Potter has sex with a horse?
Is that the one the horse talks? Right?
That's Mr. Equus.
Oh, sure.
Mr. Equus to you.
I'm sorry. I'm too busy looking at the YouTube chat room with people going, I don't think they're live. You need to say my name to prove we're live.
Don't say his name. He's
I'm not
Oh,
saying
I'm
his
not
name.
saying. All right, never saying it. Never mind. He's a jerk. You're a jerk.
Can I say jerk? Does that count as a name?
You can say jerk. It starts with a C and ends with a 1. How's that? See, we're
That's
live.
not the jerk.
Oh, you're not the jerk. Sorry.
You're blaspheming an innocent man.
Well, I just want to show we're live. Go ahead, keep talking.
Okay.
Okay, you know, I'll also give a shout out to the screenwriter Steve Kloves, because Steve Kloves had a very promising directing career about 10 years ago. The Fabulous Baker Boys, he had written that, and he put all that aside to write all of these films, and they're all really well written. But the thing is that he had a really promising career as a director starting, and he put it aside to do these films. And I hope that now that the films are over, he'll sort of re-embark on his directing career.
Yeah.
Because I think he's a really talented guy.
No, it's true. And speaking of people who put their lives on hold, you'll like this story a lot, Mike.
Okay.
An animal lives
yeah.
at the end of the
Yay.
story.
Yeah, it's all
Not
about
eaten by
animals.
me, not eaten by
Yeah.
Amy.
You know the Animal Association, like when you go to the movies and at the end it says no animals
Yes.
were harmed during the making of this
Sure.
production? I was visiting their offices, learning more about what they do the other day, and they were telling me the story about how one of their workers got a call 10 years ago to go do a little film in England and make sure the owls were okay. She went there and she didn't come home for 10 years. She's been there
Because
guarding
the owls
animals.
kidnapped her?
Yeah, the owls. Well, it was an eagle actually in disguise as an owl.
Weird.
What?
But yeah, this woman gave
You know,
up
if
her
you live
life.
stream it, it gets
Yeah.
a lot more hits than this show. I'm
She
just
was
saying.
married and her husband lives here, and she still was in England watching over
Aw.
the gigantic magical cats and owls
Aw, that's
and
cute.
eagles in disguise.
You see, Mike?
So see,
It's all. Have we not redeemed ourselves?
I don't know. Did you like
as
the
animal
movie?
lovers? Huh?
What
Oh,
was
no, oh, there's a movie? We're talking about a movie?
Yeah, you know.
You know what?
It's fine.
I did like the movie. I liked it.
yeah.
I can't say I loved it, but you know what? It was epic and it was big and it was a worthy ending to the series. I don't know that it was this emotional epiphany that I think
No.
some people seem to be having.
it misses a lot of emotional beats. I feel like I don't know what I can say because I feel like people will yell at you about spoilers, but everybody should have read this book like 4 years ago.
So-
but there are beats that happen that don't really resonate.
Don't
you're
spoil
saying,
because-
these
I'm
were
saying
books?
beats. I'm saying beats. Well, they were actually comic books.
I would have read that.
Bazooka Gum, little. It
Is
was
that
like
right?
10
Bazooka
Bazooka
Joe.
Gums.
Bazooka
yeah.
Joe comic
Yeah.
books.
Yeah.
It was a series of 164,000 Bazooka Joe comic books. Comic things.
Now, don't
Okay,
spoil it for me
so
because
what?
I haven't seen any of them yet. So don't.
Are you ever going to?
No.
It's too
See
late.
that, look at that.
It's too late.
There's this wizard and a lot of stuff happens.
Okay.
Is that a spoiler?
Thanks a lot.
Wizards?
Wait, wizards?
wizards?
Yeah.
Nobody. I would have seen that. Oh man, I got a lot of catching up to do.
This is not a professional.
This is like
show
when I
tonight.
decided to catch up to Lost in like the last 2 months, and then I realized, oh, this show's not that good,
No.
and then I stopped watching it.
I like the film. If I were to give it a buy, rent, or burn, I will give it a very generous buy.
Really?
Yes, I will.
Well, in honor of you being so generous, I'm going to give it a buy too, because I don't think I've ever heard you say that word before.
That's
At
not
least
true.
not when I've been here.
That's
No.
not true.
Really?
I say buy all the time on this show.
I've never heard you say bye.
Right? You've never buy.
In 55 episodes, I've never liked a film.
I mean, because the thing is
No
about
wonder-
you, you're really cheap.
Huh? Is that a Jewish joke? No. Yo, we're live. Dolphin eating, anti-Semitism. It's all coming together in the show.
Want to do the show quicker?
Wait a
Huh?
second.
Hey, we didn't
yeah.
want to do the show quicker.
Dolphin is not kosher, my friend.
Huh?
Okay, let's
That's
stop
why I
talking about
ate
this.
it.
This show is supposed to be movies, and we're supposed to get this done in less than an hour.
Exactly,
Okay,
that's true.
okay.
Mike, by the way, said an hour 15.
I'm
Okay.
gonna give it a buy as well. I think this is, besides the first Harry Potter, this is the only other Harry Potter I've seen that I might remember what happened in it, like in a month from now. Because out of 8 of them, I think I've seen 6, but I can't even tell you which ones.
They all blur together.
So because of that, I give it a buy.
Look at that.
I know.
You're quite generous. And that was This Weekend in Movies. Wow. Mike, when you chop that review up and make it into its own YouTube